Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to come to y'all. I was reading up on this beautiful young lady who was bullied at school because of the color of her skin. And it sort of touched my heart. Uh, One reason it touched my heart is because she's the same color complexion as I am. And I didn't like the fact that she's being bullied at school, and I didn't think that the administrators was taking it serious as they should have. And so with the and then I'm gonna come back and share uh, my thoughts.
Aaron, she is by no means alone in this.
Yeah, no, so shared by this year-old's mother, detailing the bullying experience has been shared more than 9 maybe bullied but are scared to forward.
Everyone keeps making fun of
God aims to protect her 3 children at all costs. She felt during
and people keep making jokes about me, saying that I'm
and has continued since the start of the academic year. Family says Johnson County Public Schools did these students have to wait classes early to avoid being bothered or register in different courses.
Why should my child have to change? When
are investigating the matter, I received the following response. Johnson County Public Schools is aware of the social media post and is actively looking into the situation. While the district is not authorized to share confidential student information, allegations like these are taken seriously and handled according to board policy.
to an 11-year-old, words matter. They cut deep.
And words of affirmation have the power to heal.
She's gorgeous. She's beautiful and a powerful young lady.
Donetta's now viral Facebook post detailing her daughter's bullying experience has been full of supportive messages, and it's mama's job to keep her baby uplifted.
Don't you let them do that. Don't let them break you. And mommy's got your back. Always.
You're okay. You're okay.
And the Hooper family tells
My heart goes out to that 11-year-old girl. She's so young. And to be bullied on in middle school. Normally, that's when a lot of bullying start, middle and carries on in the high school. I commend this mother for stepping up for her child. All parents need to do that for their children. Don't allow anybody to hurt your child without speaking out. Say something. What I didn't like is what the administrator told her, to have her change her class or leave class early so she won't be picked on. And I commend the mother saying, why should my child have to leave when she's the victim? This administrator, if you can't do your job, why don't you lead the school system? Maybe the school system is not for you, because there are policies in place for bullying. And if you can't protect my child when they're in your care, then maybe you don't need, maybe it's not the child that need to leave, maybe it's you need to leave. Maybe you're not qualified to do your job if you can't protect all children. When parents send their kids to school, that child is in the administrative hand, the principal, the teacher. And if you're not qualified to handle situations in your class, maybe you can do. Especially when if you see a child being bullied and you don't correct it, it's their job to correct it as you see it and say it won't be tolerated, not in my class. That's what parents look for in the administrator, or at least that's what I looked for. So what I wanted to, my heart goes out. I commend the mother. Keep doing your job. If you got to go to the school board, if that's what you have to do, then that's what you do. You sing till you can't sing no more. I don't care who job you play with. It's not the child's fault. And it sort of touched me a little bit because she's dark skin complexion such as I am. So that hit a little deep. So what I wanted to go over today is verbal bullying and the effects that bullying can have on a child. Bullying is something that affects far too many children and adults in our society. And it desperately needs to be addressed, desperately. Unfortunately, it causes far more harm than hurt feelings or even physical injuries. Because bullying a person verbally can last a lifetime. It can affect them for a lifetime of something that you said to hurt them. Verbal bullying is defined as when bullying use verbal language, insults, teasing to gain power over someone, their peers, name calling. Verbal bullying is harder to see and to stop. I'm not going to say the teacher did see it. Maybe she didn't see it. Maybe they're not aware that this young lady is being picked on because of the color of her skin. But now that it's been brought to your attention, you need to open your eyes and have the conversation in class that it won't be tolerated. There are policies in place. And the policies that are in place in school are not for the victim, they're for the people that are taunting these kids. Verbal bullying can be very damaging. And the long-term psychological effects it can have on victims can be mind-blowing sometimes. Words alone do have power. We can't keep saying they don't have power. We've seen too many people. I addressed the issue last week with the college students, and all of them was football players, and they were college students, and they kept picking on one guy, and he came back and he killed everybody, three of the victims, and a teacher, because he was tired of them bullying him. So the bullying has to stop, because it starts out in middle school, then it goes over in high school, and next thing you know, you're in college and you're still bullying people. When does it stop? And look at what it can lead to. Bullying, verbal bullying, can destroy a child's self-esteem, their image. It can lead to anxiety and depression. It can also lead to teen suicide. Teen suicide has been linked to prolonged verbal bullying of classmates or peers. Verbal bullying should be treated as kids simply being kids. No, kids aren't just being kids. It needs to be dealt with. It's a serious issue. It needs to be dealt with by the school administrator, by the teachers, and definitely by the parents. If you have a child that is out here bullying, stop them. It is your responsibility, is your child. Have the conversation. And if your child is bullying people, you definitely need to stop them. Because I've seen too many kids get killed because they have picked on somebody for so long. And that person go and pick up a gun because they don't see another way out. So bullying has to stop while we catching our children at a young age. If you stop it now, it won't go on into college. It won't go on into the job and the workforce. Because most bullies you see in the workforce probably was bullies in middle school on up in the high school. Because normally that's where it starts. If you see something, say something, teach your children. I know some of them are afraid. That's a conversation, because if your child is being picked on, you need to be aware of the warning signs, because maybe they aren't saying anything. And I'm quite sure it's a lot of kids that are being bullied at school. It's not just this young lady. It's a lot of kids being bullied for whatever reason. Signs your child might be experiencing verbal bullying. Their grades drop. They have low grades. And before they might have been an AB student, and now they're in the C's, D's, or possibly F's. One of the signs could be because they could be being bullied at school. That's something you have to observe and check into. It could lead to sleeping problems. They may be complaining about stomach aches, not just even wanting to go to school. And it could all be because they are being picked on in school and nobody's saying anything. And so as parents, you have to be their mouth. You have to stand up for your child. That's your job. It's your responsibility. Because they're in school to learn and get a good education, not to be picked on. The first thing should be done is to tell the school administrator. It's important for school administrators to address these situations and to intervene and monitor the situations. That is their job. And follow up with the child or the parent to let them know that it has been settled. Just simply saying ignore it does not work anymore. We've got to stop saying suck it up and ignore people picking on you. That doesn't work nowadays. It's a new generation. In my generation, it worked. And you could say ignore it and you just be heard all through high school. But nowadays, these kids are going out here, and college students are going out here picking up guns and shooting people because they can't take it anymore. And it's because they haven't been taught how to deal with pressure, how to deal with problems or situations like this. Or they're coming to their parents and they saying, kids be kids, suck it up. No, we can't do that anymore nowadays. Because I'm seeing too many people picking up guns and killing people because they've been bullied. We can't say that anymore. We got to stop it. I just did one last week on the supervisor. And if you go back and look at some of my clips, you'll see it. The supervisor at Walmart, and this was just Thanksgiving, walked in and killed his employees. He said he was picking on him. Was big. Nope. He picked up a gun and not only killed them, but killed himself. He just went on a rampage shooting people. It's serious now. You can't keep saying suck it up and take it. If you see something, say something, stop it. If your child is doing, stop them. Because you don't want that call one day saying my child was shot because they was picking on another child and this person couldn't handle it. Whether they're children or on into adulthood. So now is the time to stop it. Say something. It's not cool. It's getting too serious out here nowadays. It's important definitely to bring it to the administrative if they're in school. If the teacher is not doing anything, take it to the principal. If the principal is not doing anything, you do have the school board. If you got to go up the corporate ladder to protect your child, that's what you do. I don't know. That's what I did. It's wrong, and it's too many myths out here about bullying. Bullying always occur between a bully and a victim. Nope, that's wrong. It really can occur. The roles can be reversed. A lot of times they say people that have been picked on as a child, oftentimes, sometimes can be bullies themselves. When you get older, table can reverse. They become bully victims. It means you was a victim and then you turned around and now you became a bully and then you're bullying other kids. These are conversations you have to have at home and try to stop it. You're the adult, they're your children, that's your responsibility. Bullying is a normal part of growing up. That's wrong. That's not true. Bullying is not a normal part of growing up. It can lead to psychological problems of somebody that's being bullied down the road. And we've seen too many situations that have occurred for somebody being bullied and somebody saying it's enough and I can't take it anymore and they explode. So what I will say is have these conversations with your children. Not saying it's gonna happen that way, but we definitely don't want it to happen that way either. If you see something, say something. If your child is being bullied, take it to the administrative. If the administrative, you don't feel like you're getting what you need from the school, take it higher. All of them got a boss. Find out who the boss is, make the comment if your child is still being bullied. But this young lady on this was asking her mother could she change schools because she was being bullied every day. And it was affecting her. They was asking her that she stayed in the oven too long. Just teasing. But it had got to the point that it was affecting her. And she's 11 years old. You're in school to learn, not in school for somebody to pick on you daily. And so my heart goes out to the young lady. I think a lot of people in her community stepped out and had her light the Christmas tree in the area to let her know she's beautiful. And what was done was wrong. And I think this was I thought that it was nice of the community that she lives in to step up and have, maybe it starts a conversation now in the school. But whoever told the mother to change your child class and all that, why do I have to change my child class? Why don't you stop the bully from bullying my child? That's your job to stop that. That's the purpose of the policies in place. And so I can agree with that mother. That's the purpose of having policies. And if you as the administrative can't do your job, then maybe it's not the child that needs to leave. Maybe it's the administrative needs to leave. And you need to get somebody in there that can be firm and understand what bullying does to an individual and do their best to try to stop it. At least try. So I'm going to end on that note. My heart goes out to the young lady. I hope her mother keeps telling her she's beautiful. Sing it to her every day if that's what you have to. Don't let nobody lower your self-esteem, because that's what it will do. And it can affect her later on in life. All right. With that being said, keep an eye out on your children. Have the conversation. Leave me a comment. I love the comments. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.